Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there my Crimsonites, how we feeling today? Got an interesting show, excuse me, for you. I wanted to talk about a clip that I ran up on with Michael J. White speaking. And it's not that long of a clip. Now, I did see before an original clip that had comments. This one that I'm about to show you don't have the comments on it for whatever reason. But I want y'all to listen and see, do you catch what he's saying?
Famously said a man is only as loyal as his options.
Yeah,
right?
That's bullshit.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
right?
Of course he would say that.
Right. And
just
to be fair, in the straightest way possible, you have options.
Yes,
you
I've
have
always
a lot
had
of
options.
female fans.
Yeah.
You look great at your age. You're well built. You're an action star. You have your shirt off all the time. So you have options, but you chose not to exercise them.
Hey, my options are still there. My thing is, I do what I want. And guess what? I don't want none of them people.
Okay.
To the cellular level, there's not one. First of all, show me the woman that's finer than mine with a personality like that. Come the on. Like, just, who is that?
Your wife's a sweetheart.
But who the hell is that? So throw a celebrity at me that is supposed to, like, compare to my wife. Get the out of here. First of all, I've been with a lot of, who's who and everything else in the
I know
past.
these stories.
And yeah, but it's like really when I go, well, what would the attraction be? I mean, here I am. I've known her 29 years. We've had 3 arguments. I mean, that's no bullshit. That's my best friend. I have a wonderful time. And I wish this for everybody. And that's why we do the podcast, because even though in social media, it leads with negativity.
Chris Rock famously said a man.
I don't know what's up with the audio there, but I wonder if everybody caught what he really said. Because in the original video that I saw, it was a lot of women in the comments that were saying, see, this is a real man and he don't cheat. Real men don't cheat. This is what real men sound like. And I agree, right? There are men who do not. They will not cheat regardless of having the opportunity to have sex with other women. But the thing that a lot of them women miss and a lot of people miss, what he say? What he say? Couple of things in that clip. He said, I've always had options. It went to prove something that I always say. Men who don't have an issue accessing women, whether they have money or not, they get to a point where just the concept of having sex with another woman just because, that don't do nothing for them. That's neither here nor there to them. Because they're not 18, 19, 22, 25. It don't matter no more like it used to when they were really young and a walking ball of testosterone. It don't matter no more like that. Coochie don't run their world. A prospect of having sex with a woman is not the first and foremost thing that he could possibly do. That's not the first and foremost thing that's on his mind when it comes to a woman. I guarantee you, Michael did not have an issue getting no woman before he was famous. I guarantee you that he didn't. Okay. He just said it. I've always had. In other words, getting women was never an issue or a problem to me, regardless. And then I did my thing, right? I dated this one and screwed that one and this, that, and the third. Okay, all right. Cool, fine, cool. But what did he say about that woman? He said, show me a woman that's finer than mine with a personality like that. Show me her. And he was like, I'll wait. Give me one. Show me somebody. He said something else. He said, I do what I want to do. I.e., I'm not in a relationship where my wife threatens me or I'm scared to do. I do what I want to do. I literally could do what I wanted to do. But I don't want to deal with them women. I don't want to deal with them women. What else did he say? And then Vlad said, your wife is a sweetheart. So somebody else concurs that his wife's attitude is actually really good. Then he said, I've been with her for 30 years. We've probably had about 3 arguments. That's the part that a lot of people missed. They focused on him not bothering to have sex with all of these different women. And then they missed the thing that he said about that woman. Because we have to explore the concept of different options. An option for what? And so many people don't understand that a high quality man doesn't actually cheat. The idea that's an option is insane. High quality men have strong morals. They actually don't. And the reason that they don't is because of the strong moral and discipline that they have everywhere in their life. And I seen Michael's wife. She is pretty. She's a pretty, fit, feminine woman. Whatever he may or may not have done when they were really young, it's no longer valuable to him. She's valuable to him because her personality, her attitude, her treatment of him, and how they learned how to be married. Too many women missed. They've only had a handful of arguments in 30 years. Y'all want to have 3 arguments every day. Talking about what a real man don't do or don't do. But you're not willing to reciprocate certain behavior. He don't step outside of his marriage. On her end, she works to make the marriage sustainable and pleasurable. How do you manage to be in a relationship where there are very few real disagreements and arguments? That's because both people, somebody's gonna back down. Somebody gonna back down. Chef Darwin South honestly only had about 3 to 5 arguments with my wife. Also, 31 years together, 23 years married. Totally understand. First of all, congratulations on the relationship. But Mr. Chef Darwin, tell me if I'm right or wrong. In order to have just a handful of arguments in your household, that means one or both people know how to back down and have learned over time certain things don't need to be dragged out. Certain things we don't have to fight. We may have a disagreement or things that need to be resolved, but we don't have to always be fighting about it and arguing about it and having a bunch of tension, and having a bunch of friction over it. Exactly. The arguments that he had, the reason why they were arguments was because it was serious. Whoever had the biggest issue in the disagreement was because this is one we can't sweep under the rug. This is an issue that I'm not really able to not talk no more about. Because if we don't resolve it, if I bottle it up or pin it up and we don't resolve it, it will work to undermine the relationship. So we gotta go through it. We gotta go through it. It's worth us being a little upset about it. Which is something different than always having some type of frivolous, silly, we always bickering back and forth. You know what I'm saying? A petty bicker here and an argument there, and nobody can keep the peace. Let's talk about the concept. I'm going to get back on the women and their disposition a lot of times. But let's talk about options. First off, the concept of exercising options. We hear that terminology a lot. But what's the options? What's the real options? Another woman with a coochie? That's an option. She an option for real? Or is she just a woman with a different coochie? Because an option would be the ability to choose another woman who is equal to or better than the one you've got. And that's what he's saying. Show me the woman that in all aspects is equal to or better than the one I've got. That's options. I got options. Really? Because a man can leave. He has every opportunity to divorce his wife, and Michael will be with another woman later that night. But who is the woman? Who is the woman? What's the quality of the woman? He can be with another one before the ink dry on the paper. But who is the other woman? What is she made out of? See, we have to start digging deeper than the surface. Is it a bunch of women available for you to have sex with? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much the answer is yeah. Are they options? Are they? Options for what? It's an option for what? Option to do what? Because if we are being consistent down the line, then we're saying that a majority of women have too many issues and are not good partners for one reason or another. So she an option how? That was his point. Are there other women that he have every opportunity to be in a sexual deal with or whatever? Absolutely. But when you have a quality spouse, a quality husband, a quality wife, what you begin to understand is that there are a lot of people that don't reach that. It's probably all the time. He go to a function, this, that, and the third, and it's women around, oh, Michael J. White, and, be trying to, pull up on him and all that type of stuff. If he entertains even a conversation with these women, he likely walks away disappointed even in the conversation. Because, girl, what? Because Mr. Michael seemed like he's a rather intelligent person. I've heard his wife speak. She seemed to be quite intelligent. So you mean to tell me that even in conversation, when he talked to these airheads, what's attractive? What's attractive? Because she got a big booty, and how many of them has he seen? How many of them has he had? She probably can't get through 5 good minutes of a conversation, and not even a sexual conversation, just a regular. She can't get through a couple of minutes. This is what I mean by men be maturing. They will mature. They come from a place of being young and, oh my God, a bunch of women. I got to have as many of them as I possibly can. And then they get to a point where, you know what? It just don't rule their life like that. It just don't rule their mind that way. In point of fact, as a man get older, the older he get, the funnier that start looking, even to other men. So you still a coochie hound after all this time? Because Michael he in his mid to late 50s? You still out here a coochie hound? You ain't found none yet. I have recognized and understood and seen men interact with other men who be older and still trying to, you know what I'm saying, be around these little young chicks, and he ain't got, they be looking at him like, oh, okay. Oh. Because in the other men's mind, them being men, they understand we did that when we was young. So you immature then. So you ain't came out of that. How you ain't came out of that? You ain't come out of that? We was doing that in our teen years, 20s. You know, that start weighing off. Round about you done hit 30-something, that start weighing off. You know, time to do things a little bit more seriously at that point. You know, coochie cannot be your number one thing. It can't. Because as you get older as a man, you got to do other stuff. Other things are become more important than how much coochie I can get. And it's not that you stop liking women or you stop wanting women. It's just that other things become more a bigger priority at a certain point. It's called growing up. You supposed to get that out your system young, make all them stupid mistakes and be with women you ain't had no business being with, and she a thought and all that. Because it's like, okay. And he enjoy his wife. Because also something happens in the sexual maturity of men. They start seeing women as more than the sex. She more than a cat. Who is the rest of the woman? That starts being more important. That starts becoming more important. Who's the rest of the woman? Okay, we get past the sex part. Now, who are you? And what you be doing? We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then I want to show you a different video because we're going to talk about the women celebrating what he said, but also not wanting to be the woman that he described. So after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, then you need the body butter that's on the screen right now. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you guys are bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button, and here we go.
One, two. Right here is official. Never really saw anything like this before. How do you know when you're doing the proper push-up? You gotta go all the way down, chest touching the floor, coming back up full extension. But now that you told me how to do it, now how you know when you're doing it? You don't know when won't know unless you have what it is. Nah, that was fire. That was fire. Make sure it keeps you accountable. Accountability is everything. So
Incredible. You can't cheat. You gotta go all the way down and all the way up, and that's one solid rep. Good money.
That's it. It's no arguing, no debating, no questioning. All the way down, all the way up. You got to start and finish the same way. She got my shit. I'm glad.
Fucking crib raiser.
The link is now pinned to the top of the chat, theproperpush.com/VIP. In order to unlock your exclusive VIP offer, all you have to do is click the link and put your email in and verify your email. Once that's done, the invite to reserve your VIP exclusive offer will be sent to you in your inbox. If not, go ahead and check your spam and junk folders in order to see it and to receive the 20% off the Proper Push when the product is ready to launch, the exclusive Proper Push merchandise, the instant alerts when the Kickstarter goes live, and first access to early bird Kickstarter rewards and limited deals. The link is pinned to the top of the chat, and all of our sponsorship links are in the description of every live and every video. I want to show y'all something.
You give no hope for the ones that think that they're not as pretty as you. I just want to let you know. Sarah, you got to think about the women who look at you and aspire to have any level of success that you have, and they hear you say that you are a 6. They like, damn, I don't got no hope for me. Like that's insane.
They don't put in the work.
And that's a valid point. What I would say to those women is
do
the things that level out the playing field. Make sure you're getting your nails done, your hair done. You're doing the best with your genetic potential. You're fit for whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't mean you got to be skinny. It just means best for your genetic potential. Make sure that you are kind, you are nurturing, you do have a sense of humor, because there are plenty of women that are not astoundingly beautiful that have great husbands that love them down. I am one of them. I am not astoundingly beautiful. And honestly, if I didn't have this energy, y'all probably wouldn't. That's probably a big part of it. Because you know me, that might be why you're like, oh, you're an 8, because I know how to make people feel good. I pull it out of them. I'm going to edify whoever I'm with. Like there are things about me that probably make you think that I'm just beautiful. But aesthetically, if you line me up, you get some Brazilians, you get some Italians, you get some Africans, people from Kenya. Oh my God. Guyanese people. There's so many women when you look at them and it's just like everything is just, y'all blow me out the water on my best day. And I'm okay with that, because guess what? I'm still married. I'm still married, and I'm married to the man that everybody tried to lock down and couldn't.
That's real.
I'm still married to the man that has all the things. He passes up all of the 6s, passes all of them up. It's okay for you not to be the most beautiful woman. How are you leveling out the playing field?
You give no hope for the one.
I like what she had to say. Because Sarah is in this clip, because in a previous clip before that, they asked her, I think it was some question about where she ranks herself. And she said on her best day, she's a good 6. She might be a good 6, because she used the way that Kevin Samuel said, don't use 7. And she was like, I'm certainly not an 8, 9, or 10. She's like, I don't think anybody is a 10. She's like, but I'm probably an adjustable 6. And she started talking about, when you look on the global scale of women, which is what I was talking about the other day, the global scale of women is so many different women that look so good. You can't be, everybody ain't no dang on 10. Y'all got to start being real about how y'all look. The reason that I wanted to point that out. Thank you so much, Elder Ben. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Said, well said, beloved, well said. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much once again. The reason I wanted to point that out is because coincides with what Michael was talking about. Is his wife is very pretty. Michael J. White's wife is a pretty woman. Is she the prettiest woman that you've ever seen? No. And that does not mean that she's ugly. She's very attractive. She look good for her age. They are a fit couple and all of that type of good stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with her at all. However, you can go anywhere and find a woman more beautiful than her just off just the pure look. Okay? But what did he include with that? He said a woman finer than mine with a personality like hers. So he included not only her looks, but he also included the other parts of her value, right? Her personal market value. This is all her personality, her belonging market value. Had to be good because Vlad was like, oh yeah, your wife is a sweetheart. This is a woman that he is not intimate with or anything. He probably just met her a couple of times, talked to her or something like that, and felt her energy was good. Friendship market value, all of that is there. Sexual market value, she's a good looking woman and all of those sorts of things. And so therefore, all of those things culminated into her being marriageable. Her marriage market value was intact. Therefore, she got married to what many would consider to be, was, and still is a high value man, a high quality man. This is a man that other women want. He got money. He has intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? He got discipline. He's masculine, all these other things. So she was able to become the wife of this man. Okay? That he probably has had women prettier than her just on the aesthetics. And he certainly has access to them. So I'm pretty sure that both then and now, because there are young women who would want to be with Michael, not just women in his age bracket. Would love a chance to be with him. They probably aesthetically just looking at him look better than his wife. She younger, she prettier, she got a better body, this, that, and the third. But is she a better woman than his wife? And that's where the differentiation is at. And that is what Miss Sarah was talking about as well. Women, everybody ain't fine. Okay? That's just the reality. Everybody not fine. And everybody not gonna be fine. This is unfocused. I hate when the camera don't focus well. Because do it be unfocused for y'all? Because this is certainly, okay now. Every woman is not about to be fine. Everybody ain't got no, nice body. Everybody ain't shaped like, a Coke bottle and this, that, and the third with big old tatas and a big booty and a little bitty waist. Everybody not like that. Okay? It is a lot of different kind of women out here. Some of them are not very attractive at all. Some of them are highly attractive. But how do you level out if you are a woman that finds yourself in the average or below average in terms of looks? How do you level the playing field? How do you make yourself more attractive? And she laid out just how I have laid it out before. All you have to do is do the best that you can with your physical self. Don't be overweight. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, take care of yourself physically. Take care of yourself, how you look. Be mindful of how you look. Okay. After that, after you've done what you can do there, then you got to level up who you are. Who are you? You got to have something. You got to have something that is attractive. Being a good person is attractive to other good people. Intelligence is attractive to intelligent people. Sense of humor go a long way. See, people just think, oh, a man got to make a woman laugh. But it actually worked the other way as well. Men do like women that can make him laugh. Like, she funny. And she fun to be around. Right? It's not all of this bogged down all the time, things of that nature. Like, she's fun to be, she's a pleasant person. She's a pleasant person to be around. And you do that as a part of working on who you are. And not just being that to quote unquote attract a man, or you just doing that. You have to actually be that person. You got to have something that's balancing it out. Okay, so you may not be the most attractive aesthetically. So what else is attractive about you? What else can a man like about you? What can you like about you? Like, are you a likable person at all? Not even just other men, but are you likable at all? Like, do people get along with you? Like, in any setting, whether we talking about casually or whether we talking about, like, do you have other friends and things of that nature? Like, when you go places, are you trouble when you go places? Or, you know what I'm saying, do you have good energy? You could be places and stuff like that. Like, what? I don't know a whole lot of men who are worth anything that don't like intelligent women. Most men who have their head on straight appreciate a woman that is actually intelligent. Like, she can hold a conversation that matters. Everything is not selfish, fluff, super vain, or super superficial. Like, we can have a superficial conversation, but at the same time, like, can you have a spiritual conversation? Can you have like a conversation about society? Can you have a conversation about family? Can you have like, where your mind be at? Where your mind at, sis? Too many women are too caught up in all of these things that don't mean anything. You don't even bother to have a good personality. You don't even bother to develop those things because you think that men are only interested in how you look. And let me tell you, how you look play a huge part in whether or not men are interested enough to talk to you at all. Okay? So I'm not here to gaslight nobody and be like, oh, it don't matter how you look. It definitely matter how you look. I'm not about to gaslight no woman. I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all all y'all are 10s. And I'm not about to sit here and say that the way you look don't mean this, that, and the third. Yes, it do. But you gotta try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try to balance it out. You have to be real with that. I'm on Sarah's time. And we saw her without her makeup. She sat there and took her makeup off. So we know she's like a 6. Without her makeup on. So you got to be real with yourself. Look in the mirror and be real. And we not saying look in the mirror and say you ugly if you're not ugly. But then you also have to think about the way you look on a scale, not just in your neighborhood, because the world is smaller than that now. People from all over the world can be seen. So you have to be real as a woman. Everybody ain't no 10. I see women walking around just in the neighborhood look better than me. Now, I ain't the ugliest chick I ever seen, but I ain't the finest chick I ever seen either. So you got to be balanced. What does it mean? Because it is what it is. Some people hit the genetic lottery and they just fine. Most people not. That's why it's called an average. Most people aren't. But y'all don't even know how to act. Because y'all get into relationships and don't want your men to act no different or be different or anything like that. But y'all be difficult in these relationships. That one, he said that woman don't argue with him. Y'all like to argue. On the other hand, a lot of y'all like arguing. Y'all like all that chaos and confusion, arguing and bickering, looking for things to complain about, looking for things to be mad about, looking for things to argue with your man about, because for some reason that makes you feel powerful or good or feel like you got the upper hand in the relationship or whatever delusion y'all be in with that. I guess y'all be feeling like that can help y'all have the upper hand. I don't know what y'all get out of that. The only thing I could come away with is that you're chaotic on the inside. And you just project that level of chaos out into your relationship. Y'all think all that neck rolling is cute or something? Like, when you're trying to get into a real relationship, or you in a real marriage, all that don't have no place in no marriage. That don't have no place in your marriage. No marriage is sustainable with that type of energy. What you doing? And ain't nobody, and y'all get caught up, y'all females get caught up in thinking that if you're not arguing, then that means that you don't have a voice in your relationship. Y'all take it all the way to the extreme. Y'all at one extreme to the other. So y'all feel like if y'all not arguing and, you know what I'm saying, doing all this foolishness in y'all relationship or whatever, that means that you can't never say nothing, or you can't never disagree, or you can't never vocalize what's going on or have a problem. Or like y'all can't never get upset. Nobody said that. You can say what you need to say. But y'all like to do a lot of disrespectful arguing and talking crazy. And that's the part that gets you all caught up, because y'all like to talk real crazy. Y'all don't even like to talk about the issue at hand and stick to the issue. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to call names and act a fool with each other like y'all are strangers in the street. You can disagree with, as a woman, you can disagree heavily with your husband and still not cross the line of disrespect and dishonor of your marriage and of your husband. You can do it. I've done it. I've done that before. I had knockdown, drag out. We gonna argue about this because it's important. And never call a name. Never come up off the issue at hand that we talking about. Never weaponize no information. Never hit a low blow. It's possible, but y'all like all that foolishness. Ain't no way a man to be with you for 30 years and you done argue with him a handful of little times, he can count them. Y'all argue like that every couple of hours. Y'all argue like that every couple of hours and then want somebody to, you know what I'm saying, love on you and pamper you after all that. Don't nobody feel like doing that. You done put somebody in a whole mood. Oh, you done soured the mood. Y'all got to learn how to talk to people and disagree with people with like an adult. Like you got some sense. Y'all just don't want to have no sense. Y'all want to do all that foolishness, and then y'all don't want y'all man to change and he still got the poo-poo and tutu, you know. That is not how that go. That is not how all of that go. You do not get to act a super fool and do all this crazy talk. Because I tell you one thing, when y'all talk crazy, when you arguing, nobody forget what you said. Nobody forgot what you said. Even if you quote unquote make up, if you said too much foolishness just because you was mad, ain't nobody forget that. That's always gonna be in the back of your spouse's mind. Like you said that though, like you let that fly up out your mouth. Like, what is you talking about? So that's how you feel about me for real? Like, that's how you feel about me for real. Like, resentment be straight building up because of that. Because you said, what now? You don't like me, do you? Then you want to be, what make you say that? Because what you just said. And I'm about to get on up out of here. Thank you, HVAC said the dating market is global now. It's no longer the girl next door. Your cat ain't special. Like I said the other day, compete or get dropped. Thank you. Frederick said OV O'Horn was just funny. I love that analogy. Shout out to the lionesses at Curse Gear. Thank you so much. Thank you again. HVAC said, who wants to sign up for that? 30-year-old women acting like a 13-year-old will get you put out. I have zero tolerance for that. HVAC ain't playing. That'd be funny. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick. You know, y'all are quick to try to celebrate, oh, he don't cheat. But he explained what kind of wife he also has at home. Not only is he operating on his own personal discipline, but he's supported in that decision by the type of wife that he also has. So it make it easy for him to stand on his own principles and his own discipline and and his moral ground, because his wife is also like a wonderful woman to him. So it make it easy. He don't gotta look at these other women to do this, because he's not looking for nothing out of them women. But jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host is the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.